Hello everybody! Today we are going to be doing a Sealed Core Set 2021 event here, so let's go take a look. So we're going to use our token to get into this, and I feel like it's a good deal. So we're going in, let's open our packs. We're going to go see our card pool. This thing is probably just going to show the rares. Okay, so this is actually pretty good. So there's a lot of ways I could go with this. So Vito, the Thorn of the Dusk-Rose, depending if I have a lot of life gain stuff, could be a total bomb. If I've got a lot of shrines, the Sanctum of All could be good as well. And Solemn Simulacrum is actually really sweet as well, right? Because it can help me to search for whatever lands and fix my lands. So this would actually go into Sanctum of All deck. Terror of the Peaks is actually pretty sweet as well. So okay, Terror of the Peaks, yeah, whenever another creature enters the battlefield deals damage equal, yeah, and this is actually something that's required for the infinite combo, infinite spider combo as well, so that's nice to pick up. Alright, so let's go take a look at our pool and see what we have. So the good thing about going into Arena is that we basically we can spend as much time as we want to put together our deck here. So let's take a look. Now, the first thing we're going to look for is bombs, right? And then the next thing is removal, right? So, all right, so let's take a look here. And I think those are some of the bombs here. Now, I've got to see if we have other things to match. So if I'm going to go with the shrines type build, then we're going to need to go and get like some shrines, right, to see if we have any. Now, I don't see any other shrines here, right? So we might be going the Vito route, but we'll see, because we'll see if what else we have here. All right. So Spellgorger Weird could be also a bomb as well, but we only have a 1 of it. Here's a Sanctum of Shattered Heights. That's good because it's a shrine. I don't know why it does this, but I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments. Does Arena actually like flip back and forth with you as well, or maybe it's just something wrong with my mouse? But the problem is just having a 1 of these Sanctums isn't really particularly great. You know, usually you're required to have more than 1. So picking this up is nice in that it'll help me build like the shrine deck later, but it's not really great right now. Okay. So we got some green stuff, snare spinners. Okay. That's not really the spider I was looking for. Okay, but in green. Okay, so in green though, we have Wildwood Scourge and also Colossal Dreadmaw, which is nice. So the Wildwood Scourge cares about counters. So when 1 or more +1/+1 counters are put on another non-Hydra creature you control, that is actually pretty nice. And this land is pretty important too, because if I do decide to go green, I could use these as the bombs and then go green and then use this to help me fix blue as well, or I could use it to fix red. So I could go green red or green blue maybe. It's interesting. This Garruk's Gorehorn might be nice as well. And here we have a +1/+1 counter thing as well. And then it fights. Okay, so that's a removal. So we might be going the counters route. Let's go see what else we have. Okay, Sanctum for All. I don't think we're going to be running Sanctum, but we will use Solemn Simulacrum. That's pretty much a must place in any deck, mainly because it allows you to okay, so for 4 mana you get a 2/2, that's not great, but when it enters the battlefield you can search your library for a basic land and put it onto the battlefield tapped, and then when it dies you may draw a card, so it replaces itself as well. So this is like a must put in, and it's because it's colorless, you can pretty much put it into any deck. Okay, this is not going to help. Prismite, that's mana ramp, that could be okay as well. We'll take a look at it. This is actually pretty decent in that you can use this to scry, and then you can also use it to draw cards later. So card draw is also very, very good. So this is something that might go in there as well. Yeah, the Radiant Fountain could be okay just to pick up 2 life. We'll see. If I'm playing 1 color, then I might throw it in, just because. Okay, so here's the thing. What are my bombs? So I know for sure I've got something. So I've got some bombs with +1/+1 counters, and then the other thing is I want to look for is life gain, right? So so I could go with the basically green Stompy, or I could go with white. Some white sort of life, or sorry, black life gain. So here I got Indulging Patrician. God, I hate that it moves back and forth. That's so annoying. Okay, at the beginning of your end step, if you gain 3 or more life this turn, each opponent loses 3 life. Okay, so that's actually okay. But we need more. Like, if we need lots of stuff with life gain. So we can go and just take a look here. Now, green's not going to have anything here, but let's put a +1/+1 counter. So there's a +1 counter thing. Giant, for God's sakes. Okay. Citizen Control is good because, or training is good because it draws you a card. Okay. Okay, so we could go green-red. And when we cast a non-creature spell, we put a +1/+1 counter on Spellgorger Weird. So green-red looks pretty good, and then I could also throw in Terror of the Peaks as well. We don't have really anything to sacrifice. Okay, seriously, I'm not even touching my mouse, and things are like flipping back and forth. It's so annoying. Okay, so you have Life Goes On for life gain. I'm not really feeling the life gain here, only because like there's just not enough of it, right? There's just not enough to do anything. This is actually pretty good. Sacrifice another creature, put a +1/+1 counter on Hobblefiend, because that actually synergizes well with the Hydra. So that could be okay. Let's see. Draw a card. Infernal Scarring. There's actually there's some discard stuff here and some removal, but we'll see. Okay, so we could go white flyers, maybe? Target non-permanent controller. Yeah, I don't really feel the life gain thing. I feel like we should maybe try and go with green, and yeah, let's see. Exile all creature cards with him. Until end of you may cast a creature spell among those cards with Idol of Endurance without paying a mana cost. Okay, that's actually pretty sweet. But we can take a look. I don't know if we'd have necessarily anything in there. Okay, so let's go take a look at green. I feel like green-red is probably our best bet because we've got some stuff in here. So we're going to take a Wildwood Scourge, Colossal Dreadmaw. We would take the Rugged Highlands if we're going green-red, and Leafkin Avenger. So Leafkin Avenger is a 4-mana 4/3, which is pretty good. You can tap it to add a green for each creature with power 4 or greater. That could actually be pretty relevant to us. And then later on, deals damage equal to its power to target player or planeswalker. So if we get to 8 mana, which is unlikely, but still a 4-mana 4/3 is pretty good, and also it can tap for other mana as well. So yeah, it's okay. Like, just for its body alone, 4/3 for 4 mana is pretty sweet. Okay. Now, typically what I do in a deck is I don't really think of the lands, so let's take these lands out. I'll leave the Rugged Highlands in there just because I want to I want that in there. I don't want to forget about it. So what we'll do then is we're going to put in we're going to start off with basically trying to put in 16 creatures. Right, around 16 creatures. If you have less than that, you probably don't have enough. So what I usually do is I actually go and just put in all the creatures I can, and then I take them out as I need them. So I just look for all the creatures. There's one. Okay, and we see if we even have enough, like a critical mass of creatures. Terror of the Peaks would be sweet. Havoc Jester is sweet. Okay, that's just generic. That's pretty vanilla, but okay. Alright, so, and I think I had one here where, yeah, this is basically creatures as well, right? So 2 Goblin Wizard creature tokens with prowess. So this could be creatures as well if I need it, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Just be good to remember that I have that there. Alright, so how many creatures do I have? All right, so we got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's not 1, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So if I keep this, then basically I can get rid of one thing. Okay, so what would I get rid of? 1, 2 with reach, deals 1 damage to target creature with flying. Okay. I guess it's okay, you know, but it's not tremendously great, but it could be relevant. So this one, sacrifice another creature, put a +1/+1 counter on Hobble Fiend. That could actually be pretty good. Because, like I said, we care about counters, especially because we have Wildwood Scourge, right? So that could be our path to victory here. As long as you've drawn 2 or more cards this turn, Gnarled Sage gets +0/+2, has Vigilance. We don't really have ways of getting card draw. Well, I guess we kind of do because we have Mazemind Tome, right? And we could also use Cetacean Training to draw more cards, so this could be relevant as well. Okay, Terror of the Peaks. Yeah, that's just actually pretty good. Okay, Havoc Jester could be pretty good. So whenever you sacrifice an opponent, deals 1 damage to any target. That actually goes okay with this. Where is it here? This. Where was it? That one where you sacrifice something and you put a counter on it. And now I can't find it. So, oh, it's there, Hobble Fiend. So it synergizes well with Hobble Fiend. Okay, Curve is looking okay. A little bit high here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the 5 mana spot, it's looking a little high, but it's okay. It's actually looking a little high in the 2 mana spot. So if I had to get rid of something, I would get rid of something in the 2 mana area. You typically want everything to be, you know, mostly in 3 and 4, right? So I'm pretty low on the 4 mana, but you know, we'll see. Okay, Snare Spinner blocks a creature with flying, so it gets +2/+. Okay, so that's okay to block some flyers. It's got a pretty big butt, so that's okay. This is good. This is good. Fierce Empath. Enter the battlefield, search your library for a creature card with mana cost 6 or greater, reveal it, put it in your hand. Okay, so with that, we would be looking for our Colossal Dreadmaw. That's the only thing I can find. Do we care about that? Yeah, I think we do. Just being able to find it would probably help. And really, like, what else are we going to get rid of? Right, so when Pridemalkin enters the battle, +1 counter target creature you control. Each creature you control with +1 is trampled. That is very, very strong. Yeah, I think we're okay. Okay, so now we have our... Okay, so we've got our 16 creatures, right? Let's count again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. One too many. Let's take away Goblin Arsonist. Not feeling tremendously good about that. And let's go look and see if what we can do here. So what we want to do... Okay, so we got Spellgorger Weird, which synergizes well with the +1/+1 counter theme. So next thing we're going to do is look for some form of removal. +2 gains first strike till end of turn. This could be decent. Double the power of target creature until end of turn. That actually could be basically a game killer, a game ender, right? Cetacean Training is actually really, really strong because it gives him +1/+0, but then it also draws a card, so it gives him trample. So I think those two are going to go in. Okay. Discard, 2 deals 5 damage to target creature. Okay, this one could be good, but because it has to be with flying, it's kind of very narrow. Okay, Return to Nature could be very strong. I'm not sure if we would put that in the main board. Oh, that's weird. We have another Pridemalkin. Okay, that is actually much better. I like that. We have to get rid of something at the 2 mana. So at the 2 mana spot, or something around there. Hobble Fiend is good. Can attack as though it didn't have defender. So 3/3. Okay, so we are gonna probably have a lot of creatures with power 4 or greater. You know, so we do have some things. Okay, so what else would we get here? What would we take away? 4/2. I don't know what to get rid of. Maybe the Skyway Sniper, one of our creatures? Okay, that means we're not playing anything in the 1 mana spot. Okay, well, we'll see how it goes. Okay, track down Scry 3, then reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature or land card, draw a card. Okay, so that's going to help us dig. Hunter's Edge, put a +1 counter on target creature you control, then a creature deals damage equal to its power. Okay, that's straight up removal. Let's see. Okay, so what do we have? How much? Okay, so creatures. Let's count creatures again. So actually, is there a... I thought there was a way here to help us. So we got creatures 16. That's actually okay. And then sorceries, artifacts, enchantments, we've got 6 total. So we can go 8, so we can put in 2 more cards. And then after that, we got to fix our lands. Cancel. Okay, so come out of this. So I can put in 2 more cards. What would I put in? Titanic Growth is actually pretty good. Turn to Slag could be very relevant late game. Because Snare Spinner, or where was it here? The Hobble Fiend wants us to sacrifice creatures. We could also put in these 2 Goblin Wizardries and get it to sacrifice creatures as well. Let's take a look. I feel like this is very narrow. Creatures you control get +2/+0 to end of turn. That's pretty sweet, but we're not doing a go wide strategy. Sure Strike is pretty good. I feel like this one here, instant speed double this, and then maybe that's so annoying. Maybe a Titanic Growth gives it +4/+4. It's essentially doubling. Yeah, okay, let's try that. Okay, and now we got to fix our lands. So I feel like I got one short. Let's go take a look at the deck stats. So 16 creatures. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8 other things. Yeah, that looks about right. So that's 24. Okay, so yeah, because I want 16 lands total, but that's weird because I already have a Rugged Highlands here. So it seems like I've got like one. Okay, that's weird because 23 out of 40 with no lands. I want 16, so I can get it to 24. So what am I short? 1. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. Oh, is it the artifact? No, artifact. Oh, it's counting. It's counting something twice. That's why. Okay, it's counting Solemn Simulacrum because it's an artifact and it's a creature. So I can actually put either one more thing back in if I want. So I think what I will do is I'll put another creature and I'll put the Skyway Sniper back in. Okay, now I can fix my lands, so Rugged Highlands is going in for sure. And the way I usually fix lands is I usually just count the red symbols versus green symbols and just see and basically do something like that. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 16 green and 8 means that 2/3 should be green and 1/3 should be red. So out of 16 cards, usually I try and err on the side that, like if it's unbalanced, then I'll usually give the less dominant color a little more. So we're going to go and look for lands and green, red. Okay, so what we'll do is if I have 16 cards, I need, 15 cards. So I said it's 2/3, so we're going to need 5 mountains. Okay, and we will need 10 forests. All right, and that looks pretty good. Okay, so that looks pretty sweet. All right, so let's go and try and play some matches and see how we do. Okay, we're here with match 1, so let's go into play. and see how we do. I feel like this is pretty good. We're kind of short on removal, but I'm hoping that we can use our big beaters to basically as a form of removal. Hopefully our opponent just doesn't have like a whole bunch of like targeted removal creature spells, and that would just suck for us, but we'll see how we do. It's always kind of a nervous. I always feel nervous when I first go into it because I don't really know how my deck is going to do, but that's part of the game. Right? Death by Sparty. Okay. Alright, so Mazemind Tome is a nice pickup. Hopplefiend is a good one. This is... just plus one counter on it, yeah. Alright, interesting. So... okay, I feel like we're okay. It's just that this double green is not great, but we have some early plays. So Mazemind Tome might be nice. I can use it to scry first. No, we're not going to just put a 0 Wildwood Scourge down. Okay, I think what we'll do is, yeah, we'll start off with Mazemind. Yeah, we'll put this one down first. Because then after that, what we can do is we can put the Mazemind Tome down, and then from there, if we don't have anything, okay, that's all right. So some removal. So Mazemind Tome. Okay, and we can start using it to draw cards. Right, and I think we're only going to pretty much use it to draw cards. So pay 2 mana, draw a card. So if I pick up a land next turn, then what I will do is I'll play Solemn Simulacrum and grab a red. And then if I don't, what I'll do is I'll scry, right, and try and find my red source here. Okay, opponent, what do you have? Opponent's thinking. Blue. Okay, are they playing control? Green. Okay. Well, let's... am I playing right into... well, let's see if he has it. Draw a card. Yeah, okay. So a little bit of card draw. I'm okay with that. So we are take action, yes. We're going to grab a red source. Okay, that's good. Okay. So next turn we can actually play this. Enters the battlefield, draw a card. Sure. So our opponent's drawing lots of cards. That's good for them. Okay. Gnarled Sage. Well, actually, getting a 4/4 down is not bad. Let's go swing in first and see what happens. Okay, opponent, or what are you going to do? Nothing. Alright, let's put this down. Alright, so we got our first 4/4 down, which is nice. And then actually what I can do is use Hobblefiend to sacrifice a Solemn Simulacrum. Oh wow. Okay, well if they deal 2 damage to Solemn Simulacrum, I draw a card, so that's not the end of the world. Yep. Yeah, take action. Alright, green's pretty good. My turn. Rugged Highlands. Do I need the mana right now? No. Okay, so let's go and we'll attack Chandra. You're going to block with your Sky Scanner? Yep. Okay. Alright, and we will play a Leafkin Avenger. I can use him to tap for mana next turn, which could actually help me to put out a gigantic Wildwood Scourge. So we'll see. Bolt Hound. Okay. Okay, with haste, it doesn't matter. I would just actually take it. Doesn't have vigilance, so I don't care. 2 damage to any target. Okay, yeah, sure. Looks like they have a way to get rid of one of my creatures, or they're just looking at my creatures. Okay, ooh. No more plus 1 can put on a non-Hydra creature you control. Yes. Okay, so let's swing. We're gonna both go after Chandra here. Or do I just go phase? discard your hand until end of turn. 3 cards. Yeah, play cards exit this way. This -1. Do I just go face? No, I think I just get rid of her. I don't want her to have that ability. My opponent can block, which is fine. Yeah, okay. Is there a way to save it? No. Okay. You're gonna lose your Bolt Hound? Okay. Alright. What do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana? Okay. Auto pay. So 6/6 Wildwood Scourge. I haven't even drawn any cards yet with Mazemind Tome, but I still can. Prismite, okay. Okay, yeah, draw some more cards. Does my opponent have any good removal? 2 damage to me, sure. Okay, my turn. Let's see what we got. Oh. Spellgorger Weird is not great, but it's alright. Let's go and we will both attack Chandra. Okay, so she's probably going to take 4 here. Yep. But my opponent's going to be hard-pressed to win the game, like if he doesn't have any creatures. Okay, so we will put down Pride Malkin. Put a +1 counter on Leafkin Avenger. Put a Hobble Fiend down. And yeah, we'll just we can just do this actually on our end step here, on my opponent's end step, and draw a card. Okay, so opponent, you are facing a crap ton of damage next turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then +12. So, all right. Well, okay, yeah. So you can add 5 colorless. Deals 2 damage to me. No, I think I'd have to just take it. So, okay. Jafari's Protege, sure. Still 2 mana. What can they do? Not a lot. Okay. Put a page counter on this, draw a card, sure. That's okay. Alright. So we're going to go, and we're just going to go attack. Well, what I will do is I'll go attack there, attack there. Oh, it has trample. Okay, so they can only block 3. Yeah, they're going to lose their Chandra. Okay, that's good. Okay, and now we'll throw out this Colossal Dreadmaw, and we can still draw another card next turn. That's good. Alright, I feel like we're in good shape. Wall of Ruins. Okay, all my creatures generally have trample, so that is not going to help too much. Alright, I feel like my opponent's in trouble, but you never know. Draw a color, so they're going to get 1 card. And they're going to lose all their permanents in just a moment here. This actually Chromatic Orrery. Yep. Alright. There's a win. Our opponent's problem is that they just relied too much on the Chandra and not enough on having good creatures, right? Like, this is why I said 16 creatures is a good baseline, because you can't actually win like without creatures. Like, you can't win by doing 2 damage at a time with Chandra, right? Especially when you have to keep using all your little crappy like 0/3s and 1/1s and stuff like that to block for her, right? Your opponent eventually is just going to get like big beaters out and just kill you. So yeah, like that sort of strategy it's really hard to make it work. So anyways, there's 1 victory down. All right, so let's go in for match number 2, and hopefully we'll do just as well there. I feel like this is actually a pretty decent deck, but I don't know. I also feel like, you know, I could get an opponent that's playing all control or all removal, and I could have a really hard time with that. But the problem is if you play like straight up control, it's really hard because it's unlikely that you would have drawn like a ton of counter spells or a ton of like targeted removal. Now, it is possible, but you know, you never know how it goes, right? Like, it's just unlikely. And if you face someone like that, well, you know, then what else could you have done, right? Like, there's not a ton you could do with that. Okay, so I do not have any early plays, but I'm likely to. This could actually be a good track down, so I could go turn 2, scry 3. Yeah, yeah, okay. So we got something to do on turn 2, anyways. And then we got Fierce Empath. Search your. You can get that Colossal Dreadmaw already. Okay, looking good, looking good. Okay, so let's put this down. Scry 3. So reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature or land card, draw a card. Okay, so I feel like we should put this down. Right? And then I feel like I want to get 4 mana. Yeah. And then Pride Malkin. I don't want Pride Malkin to come out too early because otherwise what will happen is the opponent will just blow it up. So this actually looks pretty good. So I've got a turn 2 play now. Right? Or I could also put this Fierce Empath down. Oh, opponent's playing the Sanctums. Okay, interesting. Maybe they got a lot of shrines. If that's the case, I could be in trouble, but well, let's see what we got here. Are they going to make me discard? No, just life loss. Okay, so it could be that they just have the shrines. Now, do I need this Defender? Yeah, I think we're good. Because next turn I can put this Leafkin Avenger down and I can attack with the Dowsing Pteranodon. Okay, that looks actually pretty good. So next turn, I'm going to go Leafkin Avenger and then attack with this Dowsing Pteranodon. Turn after that, I will go to Pride Malkin with possibly a Setessan Training. So we'll see. Does our opponent have removal for this? Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Looks like they do. Okay. Alright, so let's get this down. And we will go and put the Leafkin Avenger and just see what our opponent does. Let's see if they have, like... Again, this sort of strategy where you're basically attacking one thing at a time, like one mana at a time, one damage at a time, is very hard to do. But it could work. It just depends on what the rest of your cards were like. Okay, so what is this? If your creature died this turn, plus some kind of received untap it. Okay. What do I do? I have a 7/3. Yeah, okay. So let's put this down. Gives them trample. And... Yep, Setessan Training. I feel like I should also put this on here. Get to draw a card as well. Oh, okay. I need the double red for that, but okay. Alright, so that puts my opponent on a pretty big clock. I can just take the 3 from the Sabertooth Mauler. So Fierce Empath enters the battlefield. May search your library for a creature card. Now, if I get another red, then that's going to be a freaking amazing. But otherwise, I'll put down this Garruk's Gorehorn, right, and block this Sabertooth Mauler with it. So does my opponent have a way to get rid of my Leafkin Avenger? Do they have the targeted removal? We'll see. We'll see. This looks like our opponent actually has like a decent deck. Oh, they actually got another Sanctum. Okay. No, I don't want to block that. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, we will just put this guy out. And I'll attack. Alright, so we're lethal next turn if our opponent doesn't do anything. So he's got to do something. What are you going to do, opponent? If you swing in, I'll just take the 3. You pretty much have to. They pretty much have to. Okay, that's pretty good. Do I just block this? No blocks. Don't care. Okay. So Fierce Empath can come in. No, hang on. What is a Terror of the Peaks? I don't have the double red for it. That sucks. Okay. I say we just swing. Get rid of this Twin Blade Assassin. Yeah. Right, because it can do 5 damage. It can get rid of my Leafkin Avenger, but I'll still hit him for 7. And I can still then put out this Gnarled Sage. So, okay. Let's go and attack. They pretty much have to block the Leafkin Avenger. No! Okay. Alright. So we got another 4/4. Can my opponent take out, do 7 damage in a turn? I don't think they do. Right? Like, if they attack with the Sabertooth Mauler this turn, I'll block with the Gnarled Sage. And then that will pretty much be the end for them. Right? Like, well, they can't attack anyways. If they attack, I'll just kill them on the backswing. So I feel like I'm in good shape, but you never know. They've got, like, some decent stuff here. Right? So I will not let that Sabertooth Mauler through. Yeah, okay. -1/-1. Still, I can still kill that Sabertooth Mauler. Oh, interesting. So I can get a 5/5 out. I just say I just swing. Just see what happens. Like, they're going to have to block. Or do I go and look for something here? So 6 mana. Yeah, I say I just put this out. They have to block. So all attacks. Yep. We'll see what happens here. Right, they have to block at least one of these. So they're going to lose this thing or this thing. Okay, so I'm going to take 3. Oh, and it got trampled. Sweet, there's the win. All right, I totally forgot he had trample. I was a little bit worried, but 2 wins in a row. I'll take it. Whew, my heart's pounding. All right, don't know if I can take it, but all right, so I don't know how to say my opponent's name, but thanks for the match. All right, so we have our 2 wins so far. Let's see if we can get win number 3. Man, I always feel nervous when I'm playing sealed or draft, just because you never really know what you're gonna play, and it's not like you could really construct like everything like as you want. You know, like you're just basically doing the best with what you got, which is actually what I think makes this kind of cool, because a lot of times with Magic, what happens is you end up playing like just basically whoever has the most money is going to be the person that wins, because they can afford like the better lands, the better mana, you know, different artifacts and stuff like that, you know. So all right, a little bit nothing happening, but I don't want to mulligan it. So Pride Malkin is going to come in. Oh, well, let's hopefully get like hopefully we get a red source and we can play this Hobble Fiend. Okay. Oof. Alright, nothing. Okay, so I can put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature I control, which can be itself. So that is good at least. Okay, so let's put this down right away here. Okay, so I got a 3/2. That's good. Now, the problem with these like these 2/2 flyers and stuff, I don't know how good they necessarily are going to be. You know, although this does look like a pretty strong deck here. Okay, so I feel like I go get the reds. Right, so take action for sure. Go get the red mana. I do not attack. Right, I actually would be willing to trade with this, but we'll see. So next turn I can put down this 4/2 and this other thing here. So I feel like I'm okay. He's going to just go for 2. And now you're going to see like actually quite a bit more pressure come down. So for instance, let's go Hobble Fiend, and we will go Setessan Training. So what are we going to put it on? Well, let's just put it on this Pride Malkin. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we can do that. All right, so we just added a whole crap ton of power to the board. That's good. Next turn, we can get down these 2 guys as well, so that's okay. I can still attack next turn. Okay, he's just going to get me for 2 in the air, but I feel like I have the better board presence now. Okay. Rugged Highlands. Okay, let's put this down first and see if I need the mana. I do... No, I need 5 for that, so that's no good. Okay. Do I just sacrifice... And do I sacrifice this? I got a +1/+1 counter on him. So, do I do that? Then I draw a card off of Solemn Simulacrum. Yeah, I think I could do that. So I will just attack with this guy and this guy. We'll see what happens here. Okay, yeah, as I expect. So we will sacrifice the Solemn Simulacrum, draw a card, take action. Okay, I get a counter. Bam, bam. Alright, starting to catch up a little bit. And let's draw another card. So we'll go to add it to this guy, I guess. Alright, another Pride Malkin. That is actually really good. So I need 5 mana. Actually, I have all the mana I need to cast everything next turn. So that's good. I can get the 7/3 out, then put the counter on it so it has trample. Okay, yeah, so... Okay, now my opponent's got me on kind of a tight clock here. Okay. Ooh. I feel like I should save Titanic Growth. But, okay. No, I should swing with both and then Titanic Growth him and get rid of that thing. So, yeah. Okay, so I'll attack. If he tries to block, I'll Titanic Growth. Okay. So 3/3. I don't like the idea of prowess. That thing could actually just wreck you. Okay. Yeah, so he's just going to take it. 8 damage is good. I'm lethal next turn. So let's throw down this guy and this guy. Okay, and we'll put a +1/+1 counter on him. So, alright, opponent. You can take me down for 2. What's he got here? Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. Okay. That's probably going to be that. Yep. Alright, now if my opponent swings here, they are... Oh, they are lethal. Okay, so I have to block. I will block this guy, but I don't see how he's going to... Alright, interesting. Oh, they actually have another thing. Okay. Havoc Jester. Okay, so let's throw out this Havoc Jester. And I feel like I can still swing in here. Does this thing have lifelink? No? Okay, well, I still feel like I should swing in with this. Attack. Yep. He's going to block, or maybe not. Okay. End turn. So opponent, what does he have? He's going to come down to the wire here. Okay. So no blocks. That flyer, ooh, that's harsh. Ooh, no. Ooh, that is a beast. Okay. I think I may have lost my first match here. Is there a way to get around this? No. Oh, I think I'll just attack with everything. Maybe he'll let something through. I doubt it. Nope. Nope. And It's close. It's close. If I had another one of these, I could actually just power it out and win. But all right. Yeah, I've pretty much lost. So let's give our opponent the G's. Oh man, that was rough. See, now my opponent, as I said, like getting 2 damage per turn is not so bad. But what they did is they actually had a whole bunch of other creatures as well, right? And they also had good removal too. So I have to give it to them. I think that was a fair match. Right, it wasn't anything too broken, but like things like where you're trying to like mill your opponent or ping them down with no creatures, like just one thing at a time is actually really tough. So, oh well, first loss. So I'm down, well, not down, but I'm at 2-1, and I really would like to get to the 3 or 4 win part. I feel like that's where the real gravy is, but you know, I feel like already I have value. So even if I lost, you know, the next 2, I would still be okay with it. But, you know, of course I do want to win. Let's see what we can do here. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, so track down is pretty good. Well, let's keep it. So I'm gonna... It's not the best. We've got, you know, not a lot of early game plays, but, you know, I don't want to necessarily... Oh, my opponent mulled to 4? Whew! That is really bad. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go play this, get this down, because what we want to do is cast a non-creatures, get the Spellgorger Weird down and start casting non-creature spells and hitting them with flyers. Okay, so Deathgloom Thallid does not have Death Touch. Okay, my turn. That is actually good. Spellgorger Weird. Okay, and that, if my opponent can't get rid of that, it's going to be really bad for him. Alright, so let's see what we can do, opponent. Okay, +2/+0. Okay. Now, in this case, I would potentially be willing to trade. Just because my opponent, like, I can 2-for-1 my opponent here. Yeah, so I can 2-for-1 them, and they're basically just going to get, like, a Saproling. Yeah, okay, and they get to draw a card. Alright, well, I mean, that's good value, but I mean, like, basically they just 2-for-1 themselves. And I'm going to get a Solemn Simulacrum down, which is going to give me another land, a Colossal Dreadmaw's coming soon, Havoc Jester's coming soon. So, okay, sure. Okay, my turn. Ooh, Unleash Fury, double the power. That is something that could be a total killer. So let's put this Solemn Simulacrum down so we can start getting lands. Yeah, so we get that. Next, end turn. If I get another land, it's Colossal Dreadmaw time. Right, so yeah, this could actually be okay. It's only equip 1, right? But the only problem is that, like, oh, we got a Liliana. Okay. So the only problem is that if he kills him, then I'm just gonna draw a card off of it. So yeah, like, I mean, it's not really worth it to do that right now, right? So okay, and they're not gonna attack with that. Okay, like, I doubt they're gonna attack with their Saproling. They're just deciding if they should kill the Solemn Simulacrum. If they do, then they're in trouble. If they don't, I'm going to attack the Liliana. If they let it go, then I will double his power. Right? They didn't do anything with Liliana, though, so discard the card. Each one who can't loses 3 life. Okay. Like, then I'll just discard Track Down, I guess. Alright, opponent. No, they didn't activate any abilities? That is very strange. Okay, well, I guess we'll go and attack Liliana. Okay, yeah, they're going to block. Then I'll just take that. Okay, and then we will throw down... I don't know. How about like a Havoc Jester? Okay. Now, what I can do next turn is I'll attack Liliana with... See, he's only got like 2 cards in the graveyard. So, I mean, even the -3 can kill the Solemn Simulacrum, but it can't really do much else. Right? The +1 is still pretty good. Discard a card. But, I mean, it doesn't matter. +1 is, like, she's dead next turn anyways. Okay. Sure. Mill 4 cards. Oh, okay, so now she can use that. That's interesting. But she still has the -3 to get that. Right, so, I mean, it's worth it to get rid of it, I suppose. Man, that Liliana's a pain in the ass, but okay. My turn. Pridemalkin. Do I do that right now? No, I don't think I should. I think what I do is I play... He'll just block with that Carrion Grub. So I think I go Onaki Ogre. And then... Track down, I guess. We'll just see what we can get. I don't want this. This is awesome. So, whenever I enter the battlefield under your control, yes, that would be pretty sweet, and I can get it next turn, so, okay. Yeah, so that's going to happen. Alright, so I'll take Terror of the Peaks. Alright, and next, no attacks. End turn. Okay, so my opponent's going to make me discard something. I'll probably discard that Pridemalkin, just because Unleash Fury could be so brutal. Alright, now if my opponent attacks... Okay, I don't care about that. Alright, so... Yep. So 4/6. Okay, if he attacks, I'll just take it. I think I've got better cards to get rid of. Or better cards to lose.
I really don't care about your plans.
I don't feel like they made a good decision there. Alright, pass. My turn. Alright, so there we go. Now, what do? I feel like I attack Liliana. Yep. I'll attack Liliana, because we are going to basically trade creatures here. Alright. Oh, okay, not trading creatures here. Interesting. Doesn't matter. Okay, so Solemn Simulacrum dies. He's going to do 1 damage to that creature. Okay. Sure. Take action. Draw a card. Okay, and I'll put this... let's get... Yeah, Liliana can't do anything against this guy, so let's get actually Colossal Dreadmaw down. Although I feel like I could probably be better to play Terror of the Peaks, but that's okay. Okay, opponent's got nothing. If he attacks, we'll just trade. Resolve. Okay, I'll just discard this mountain.
We're doing things my way.
If he attacks, I'll just get him on the backswing. Okay, nope. Oh, and opponent scoops. I'm actually surprised they made such a good showing. They must have had a pretty decent deck because they did mulligan to 4. So, I mean, overall, like, what can you expect? But, yeah, all right. 3 wins. All right, so 3-1. That's pretty good so far. Let's go see what the rewards are. All right, so get some XP from some Sage of the Falls. Oh, that's interesting, like a little looter, but okay. So claim prize. So we are right now we're 3-1. So that's pretty good. So I remember I said like the 3 to 4 win area is kind of where you want to kind of at least get to, because that's where the real gravy of it is, right? It's where the delicious winnings start to happen. So as you can see, it costs about 200. It costs about 200 gems for you to get a pack. Right, so there's 6 packs here, so that's 1,200 gems. It costs 2,000 gems basically to get in this, right? So there's this, and you get 9 packs, so it's 1,800, and then so you're basically short 200 gems on this. So then when I look, I've got 1,200 gems back. right? So already at a minimum, I'm going to get 1,200 gems, which is actually pretty sweet. And if I can get to the next one, then 1,400 gems, which isn't such a huge jump. But the next one after that, 1,600, it's only really when you get to here that the big jump happens. But, right here already, at getting your 3 packs and 200 gems is already like breaking even, right? And which is actually all the way down here. Right, so getting the 3 packs and 1,200 gems means I just got 1,000 gems out of this, which is already, already huge. This is why I keep telling people don't waste your in-game currency on card styles, because when you play this, right, then you can put this money, these gems and stuff towards your mastery pass. I think a mastery pass is only like 3,500 gems or something like that. So like I'm already like 1/3 of the way to the next mastery pass where I wouldn't even have to pay for it anyways. So I mean, this is how you kind of play Arena for free, and then you also get the cards that you need. So I picked up actually a bunch of great cards that are there. So anyways, let's continue. Okay, we are currently at 3 and 1, so let's go play some more and see if we can get that 4th win. Now at this point, I'm pretty much broken even, and like if I lose the next 2 in a row, then I'm 3 and 3, so 50%. I'm okay with that, but of course I want to do better. But I just always feel super nervous when I'm doing sealed and draft, because as I said before, like I feel like I have a decent deck, but it all depends on what your opponent has, and you can never really construct it. And that's kind of like the cool part about it, is that you're just building what you can with what you got. Okay, so let's see, what do we have? +1 counters. All right, so we got a turn 2. And yeah, so I could go, maybe I could go turn 2 Snare Spinner. I'll keep that. And then turn 3 Hobble Fiend. And if our opponent tries to do anything with Snare Spinner, then I can use sacrifice it to Hobble Fiend. All right, so maybe something like that. So let's see what our opponent's playing. Red. Oh, not so good, but okay. Snare Spinner's got a good butt on it. We'll see what happens. Getting red mana's nice. Maze Mind Tome, that's a good card. So, alright, so let's do some damage. Okay. Opponent, all attack. Okay, they're scrying with it. Interesting. I never scryed with it, but I mean, it is what it is. Okay, end turn. Now, this one might not be that strong here. Oh, they're going to try and mill me out? Really? Okay, well I guess I just have to go as fast as I can then. Yeah, that's fine. Now, milling in sealed, it might be okay, because you do only have like a certain amount that you can do. Like, so I feel like I should go Pride Malkin, get some more damage on the board. Okay, so yeah, that's fine. You can scry. I just don't feel like it's gonna take like 19 turns to use a Teferi's Tutelage to bring me down like that. So what do we do? I feel like I should pump up this this Hobble Fiend. Yeah. All right, and then I'll attack, so go in for 4. And then next turn, I can play this Gnarled Sage. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Mill strategy. Interesting. Kinetic Augur. Equal to the number of enter the discard up to 2 cards and draw that many cards. Okay, interesting. So, equal to the number of instants and sorcery cards in your graveyard. Okay, sure. Yeah. Okay. Is it just dead? A 0/4. Interesting. Okay. So the creature deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. Sure. Yeah, we'll do that. Bam, bam. Get rid of that so we don't have a blocker. And play this down. Okay, and then I'll attack. Okay, so... And we are almost lethal next turn. Our opponent's saying good game. Okay. I feel like... Do they have like some... There's no board sweeper that could take that down, is there? I don't feel like there is. If they do, then I'm just dead. No? Draw 2 cards. See, I've still got like... Okay, yeah, they're going to mill me, but... Yeah. But like really, I still got 17 cards. I also have a Colossal Dreadmaw. Right, so I mean, they gotta mill me a lot. Okay, gaining 4 life, so they gained a turn. Okay. My turn. Yep. Okay, so get this down, and we'll go all in, attack again. Okay, and Colossal Dreadmaw, 6/6. I feel like, unless they can draw 7 cards, it's going to be really rough on them. So, interesting. So they need to draw 6 cards this turn, or whatever, or something. Because I got a lot of damage coming down on the board. I don't see how they could do anything here. Okay, I'm still lethal. Alright, there you go. This sort of strategy, this like sort of mill strategy, I love mill, but let's just go to view the battlefield here. But this sort of mill strategy rarely ever works in sealed, right? Because like you just don't have enough, right? Like, so draw 2 cards, draw a card. Yeah, I mean, like, there's things that you can do, but the thing is, like, your opponent's punishing you the whole time. And really, okay, so let's say I start with 40 cards, right? I draw my 7, so I got 43, and you are milling me 2 at a time, right? You got to take 21 draws. You got to draw 21 cards with Teferi's tutelage in order to take me down. And that's assuming you got Teferi's tutelage. So, I mean, what if you didn't have that? I mean, like, did this person end up getting like a 4 of? Right? Then they could have won, right? If they had put down a double of this or something like that. But I mean, I just feel like this is a really weak strategy. They shouldn't have done that, you know. Yeah, and then of course, like, I'm lethal next turn. They just didn't have nearly enough removal. This sort of strategy only really works in constructed. So, anyways, there's another win. I'll take it though. I hope everyone's playing that sort of strategy. Yeah, watch me eat my words on that one. All right, so 4-1. So let's go again. So far, so good, and hopefully we can keep up. Like, I mean, I'm already happy at 4, so if I go out in the next 2, then that's fine with me. But, you know, it would be great if I get to 7, but, you know, man, I was surprised I even got to 4. Like, usually I get to like 3, but, you know, still, to go only 1 loss is pretty good. And I feel like, you know, doing sort of a stompy style deck was probably the right way to go. I don't think that like the other types of things I could have done were really good. I feel like this should be a mulligan. I've really got nothing that I can really cast, so don't like that. Okay, well, this is okay. What would I send away? Keep 6. Unleash Fury could be really good. That could be the game ender. So maybe this Vanilla Ogre. Okay, so we'll go green first. Then we'll go Snare Spinner. And then I guess we could also go Track Down if we wanted. So let's actually go... let's go Snare Spinner. Because I already have something. If I don't have anything I can do next turn, they can always just Track Down and then scry and fix my deck the way I need it. Okay, so yeah, like, so we're gonna do this. So go to attack, all attack. Okay, so take them for 1. Boom, great. Okay, and then we're gonna scry 3 and see what we can get here. Okay, so I do want this. And okay, so I can play this, and next turn I can get a Pride Malkin down. And then now if I keep these 2 on top, I won't be able to play anything. So I feel like these creatures, even though they're good, have to go to the bottom, right? Because otherwise I just won't be able to cast anything. All right, so let's play this forest, and yeah, then we can say go. So then next turn I can play this Pride Malkin. See, if I kept those other 2, I'd have to wait 2 more turns without being able to do anything, and that just would be terrible. Okay, so creatures you control get +1/+1. I feel like I should do Pride Malkin. Okay. And we'll put that on this because that'll give us a bigger butt. A good blocker. And then I can also potentially use Unleash Fury to get rid of my opponents here. Now, they could be playing like a token-based strategy. That's kind of the Selesnya strategy. You know, and if they have like all their creatures get +1/+1, then having a whole bunch of 2/2s might be rough. Still, okay, Wildwood Scourge. Yeah, that's pretty much the same thing I have, right? So, okay, Rugged Highlands is okay. Comes in tapped though. Okay, so let's go and I say we attack. Okay, so let's go all attack, and I'd be willing to trade with that because that thing can grow big. Okay, are you going to destroy target tapped creature? Okay, resolve. And then you're going to block? No. Okay, then I think we go Fierce Empath. Take action, and we just get Colossal Dreadmaw, the only one we have. Still, that also lets us shuffle up our library. Next turn I also have this Leafkin Avenger, which can tap for mana as well. So, and it's a 4/3, which is pretty decent. Okay, so what does my opponent have? Nothing. Okay, so do I do... I think we get this Leafkin Avenger down. Okay. And then I just feel like I should just attack. I feel like they probably have a combat trick, though. No, I think I wait. Cancel. No attacks. Might have been a mistake, but alright, what's done is done. I feel like my opponent having 5 mana and not doing anything was probably a mistake. Okay, but anyways, next turn I will have 5 mana. I can potentially get this Colossal Dreadmaw down. Right, and that's a 6/6 with Trample. And unless my opponent has a way to get rid of it, it's going to be pretty rough. Oh, he has his own Colossal Dreadmaw. Okay. Wildwood Scourge. Okay, yes. Let's put that down, and we will give it X3, X4. Yep, auto pay. No attacks. So I got a 7/7 Trampler, but now I actually have a Setessan training that I can use and put that on the like Leafkin Avenger or something like that. Or I can put down a Colossal Dreadmaw if I get a land and then Setessan training. Okay, that sucks. Alright, now if they attack, I can probably get them on the backswing. And just race them. And then I could potentially do an Unleashed Fury. So no blocks. Yeah, then I could potentially do an Unleashed Fury on my opponent. And that way they have a hard time... okay, I definitely do not need that guy. Alright, so let's swing. Well, that's actually just draw a card. And yeah, there's not really much else I can do. So let's draw a card. We'll put a +1/+1 counter on Pride Malkin. Okay. See if my opponent's willing to fight, trade their Wildwood Scourge for it. Oh, Mastermind Tome. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Okay, so let's go and we will attack. I'll attack. Not the Fierce Empath. And see if we can trade. I don't know if they will or not. Yep, okay. They're willing to trade. Do they have a pump? No. And of course they do. Alright, well, we can always just do this. Unleash Fury. Yep. Okay, and then trade up with them. Oh, it gives him protection as well? Are you kidding me? Oops. I didn't even read the card. Man, I should have read the card. Okay, so now I'm in trouble. So opponent, what does he have? He has 8/8, so I'm a 2-turn clock. What do I have that could deal with this? Almost nothing. I feel like I've lost this one. Yep. He basically built the same deck as I did, just got better draws. Right, so alright, good game. So we lost this one. Alright. That sucks. But basically, my opponent built a white-green version of my Stompy deck, so almost the same thing. All right, well, it is what it is. That's unfortunate. So unfortunately, my last match for some reason didn't get recorded. So I ended up losing to some blue-white flyers, which were pretty tough to deal with because I didn't have any removal and I wasn't able to get enough pressure on. Basically, they had a creature, an enchantment that gave the creature +1/+1 as every time you gained life, and so they were able to get these lifelink flyers that just kept on pumping up in the air, and it was just a little too much for me to deal with, and I wasn't able to get that pressure on. So I ended up losing. But I still ended up going 4-3 in the match, and I got some packs out of it, and I had some fun. So let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think I could have played any better, or do you think I could have built a better deck? I mean, be gentle, because it is always easier to give advice in hindsight. But I feel like I did probably make the best deck I could have. But, you know, if you disagree or you think I misplayed somewhere where I could have won, then let me know as well. Anyways, that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video.